everyone, welcome to 719 News.
Our Winter Newscast 2020. I'm Elizabeth Silva.
And I'm Brinley Williamson.
In this year, CHS has undergone many changes, from schedule changes, one-way hallways, staying 6 feet apart.
Not to mention wearing masks and the different learning models, hybrid and remote.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, I'm a hybrid student, so the two models, like seeing my classmates on the screen was so cool, or being like me being and seeing the kids on the school was kind of weird.
Yeah, I think they've definitely done a good job making sure everyone has the same school experience. There have been days where I'm on the computer when I'm normally in person, and I think it's definitely easy to adapt to whatever the teacher's doing that day.
Yeah, I think the teachers have done a really good job and worked hard to make sure that it is a blended model, and you're in groups with remote and in person. So they're making sure that the class is one class, not two classes, which
definitely.
I think is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, staff and students have been impacted socially and emotionally this year as well. Let's go to Stella Lampson with Mr. Bartos.
Here at Chelmsford High School, our community has faced many changes because of COVID-19 that have impacted the students and staff socially and emotionally.
To say that we're learning new things, absolutely. We're learning how to interact with each other. We're learning what matters. We're learning how to, create an assignment or to respond to an assignment using different formats. These are all forms of learning, and they're great things, and we should be celebrating them.
I think one of the biggest is obviously the technology. That's something that being able to not only learn the content that you've hopefully been learning, but also kind of apply it to new technology. And I mean, as you know, in my bio classes especially, I've been taking things that are great labs and activities that are in person, right? So for we play with a game or something like that, and then trying to turn that into an online activity.
So being a remote student, just like hybrid, has its pros and cons, right? So some pros is you definitely feel a little safer because you're in your own home. But a con is it really is harder to stay focused. I know a lot of kids who did remote felt strongly that they could keep themselves focused, and I felt the same way at the beginning of this, but it just becomes harder and harder the more we do this.
You don't know what everyone else's situation is like with the virus. You don't know who's high risk and who isn't, so it's nice to respect the guidelines to keep those people who are high risk safe.
With sports and stuff, we've been able to do karate, and I curl, so I've been able to do that as well. At karate, we're trying to stay socially distant, which of course is needed. I feel like we just need to stay safe, do what we're supposed to, listen to people that know what they're doing, and I think that's really important.
I think we have to allow ourselves to make mistakes and then recover, because there's going to be so many situations we can't control right now, and we just got to kind of be more flexible and kind of roll with it.
Eventually, we're all going to be able to see each other's faces, and we're all going to be able to sit next to each other in class and actually talk. Once we get there, it's going to be looking back, and we're going to be like, wow, I cannot believe we did that. That was something huge that we accomplished together.
Yes, there have been many changes at CHS this year, but it's brought us closer as a community. One good thing that has brought us closer as a community is Teacher of the Month. This year's Teacher of the Month is Mr. Vitale and Mr. Grenti. Let's go to Brinley Williamson, who reported on this segment about Give Club initiative in this and what it's all about. Edited by Amelia Normington.
I'm Brinley Williamson from CHSTv, and I want to talk about how, in these crazy times, what does Teacher of the Month mean to our community? I'm here with Caitlin Fox from Give Club.
We look for a teacher who is keeping the positivity around school and kind of just looking towards the positives during this difficult time.
You've definitely chosen some very positive teachers.
In life, you just so often you just have to just smile through so much. But I think as a teacher, you have to be willing sometimes to let yourself be a little vulnerable and share a little bit about yourself, and that lets kind of students kind of let down their guard, and it just creates comfort in the classroom. And then from there, it's just, you just kind of foster a positive experience, hopefully.
I really just try and focus on the students. I think that with the COVID-19 pandemic and everything going on, A lot of people are really struggling to feel connected to, other people, whether it's family that lives far away or friends they don't get to see as much. And I think it's important to remember that everybody is going through the same things.
So Give Club was excited to have some special education teachers as Teachers of the Month this month. What has been the biggest change in your field this year?
I would say that the remote learning has been really hard for some of the kids. A lot of kids, it's hard for them to focus. So it's really just connecting with them and trying to get them refocused in the classroom.
Connecting with students is especially important this year, even though it's tough.
I think it's really great that we do have the opportunities to make personal connections with students. I try to make it so that class isn't just about the material. The material, yeah, it matters, but the personal connections are the truly wonderful parts of being in the classroom.
It definitely feels nice to know that like my efforts and like how hard I've worked on, like you said, remaining positive and building those connections, that it makes a difference in kids' lives.
It was very exciting to receive. It was very unexpected and unknown. So just like we give things to the kids with the different school pride Lion awards, it was a nice thing to receive for us as well.
I had a lot of fun interviewing Teachers of the Month this month and also some Give Club officers. It was really interesting to hear their perspectives on this amazing new program. Speaking of new programs, has anyone noticed the free lunches on their way out of the building? Let's go to Amelia Normington for more information on this.
Students are no longer allowed to have breakfast or lunch in the school due to COVID-19 guidelines. So how are Chelmsford students getting the nutrition that they need during these hard times? Let's take a look at what the CHS food staff has to say.
During the week, when the kids are in school, we prepare the meals and we go to each school and we deliver for them to take home. And also for the remote and the pickups for the days that they're not here, Cohort A comes on Tuesdays and Cohort B comes on Fridays.
The meal program has grown a lot since the spring when it all started, with the food industry changing and more students learning healthy habits.
Since last March, food service industry has come out with so many products that are individually wrapped for the safety of it all. So we've evolved quite a bit.
I think they're made with healthy meals, and I believe that they will teach kids the different food groups and just continue to help them feel good about what they eat.
The school meal program certainly has had a positive effect on the Chelmsford community.
Well, parents are thrilled. Like they're just so happy that we can do this and that we are feeding their children. And like I've gotten very positive feedback from parents saying, we appreciate you doing this. And I have to give the staff, the food service staff, a lot of credit. They have stuck through this. When Corona first came out in March, that everybody was running and scared of it and everything. They were right there on the front lines, and a lot of times people forget that. They were on the front lines serving everyone. We were going up to cars, having to put it into, people's cars and everything. So I just feel that the staff here has done a tremendous job.
We're excited to see the food service staff keep up their good work throughout the rest of the year. This is Amelia Normington for CHSTv.
Thank you so much to all the food service workers for making this program possible. It's helping a lot of families around Chelmsford this year. Every group at CHS has been impacted by COVID-19. One group especially is the athletes. They faced many challenges, from fewer games to some not even playing at all, but just practicing, to more rules and regulations, but they did not let that hinder their team performance or their team morale. So let's highlight one team that was undefeated this year, boys varsity soccer, with a record of 8-0-1. Produced by Jamie Garber and edited by Holden Kruthamel.
Our coach really made the guidelines strict for the rules, so even if the mask was a little bit below our nose, he'd stop play, call a foul on it, and then we'd practice like that.
Especially from a defensive standpoint, it seems like not the same game because you can't touch people, you can't head the ball, so it's been a lot to adjust to.
Yeah, different rules, but I mean, same energy, and we just got to play, so at least we get to play, and we're happy about that.
It's better than not having a season.
So during the normal season, we usually able to head the ball, and now they put in a rule that said we can't. So we have to really keep it on the ground and try and play, get through their defense on the ground instead of in the air, and that's much more difficult, but we're adapting to it as the weeks go on.
It's definitely different, definitely. It's still special, you know. We made it as good as we possibly could. Everybody worked hard. We set it up very nicely. Worked as a team, you know. But I mean, the result worked our way. It was a good feeling.
All about staying motivated, you know. The captains were really good this year. We all kind of just try to get each other in the game and keep a focused mindset. You know, we were down 1 this game, but we got back into it and came back strong and won.
Last chance to play high school soccer. We want to get the most out of it that we can.
Yeah, exactly. And we all just keep each other going, coming to practice every day. I think everyone just wants to play.
But we played well, we played physical, we stayed as a team.
So we're really trying to work really hard at practice and just try and play as a team, because when we're playing as a team, it's more mental instead of physical like attributes. So while playing, if you go out there thinking that you're going to win the game, most of the time you're going to be able to win that game.
We do a lot of quotes and team talk and motivation with the captains, and that helps boost team morale. And we do captain groups, so each captain has a different group of players that they help support and talk to individually to motivate.
I am proud of the fact that they have maintained their fitness, and hopefully we will continue to get along extremely well. I'm really positive about these kids. They really do well together, and that's a really important part of being a team, is staying together, not just about winning. It's about learning from the game and learning how the game helps them to be better athletes as well as student athletes.
If you want to see more about the fall season, check out the 719 Sports Fall Wrap-Up, hosted by Athletics Director Dan Hart.
Yeah, not only did the boys varsity soccer team play well, but the other teams worked great too.
Definitely. Now here's a graphic with all the records of varsity fall sports. They all did amazing. I was astounded. I'm not an athletic person, but I mean, girls varsity field hockey, they were almost undefeated. Same pretty much record as varsity boys soccer.
Yeah, they all did amazing. I was amazed too. I mean, again, I'm not a sports person, but I'm really impressed with how the teams performed this season, and I think we're going to go on to have a great rest of the year with sports.
Oh yeah, definitely. And accounting for like all the challenges this year, they really did an awesome job keeping that morale and performance up.
Definitely agree. So the fall season is coming to an end, and if you want to catch the winter games, they're going to be live streamed on CHSTv.org along with the sports wrap-up. Now let's go to our arts segment. Here's our arts reporter, Garrett Kelly.
Thanks, Brinley. Even though I can't meet up with the art students during this challenging year, it's great to see that people are finding ways to move forward, especially by expressing themselves with art. Here's a look at what 719 Arts is releasing this season, edited by Ethan Bean.
Freshman year, 2 of my really close friends were captains. A bunch of other friends that I had on the team really encouraged me to join, and I'm really glad that I did.
Freshman, senior sort of thing. Do something together for her last year at CHS. And also I love dance, so obviously it's a good way to also make friends, and we have a common interest, which makes it a little bit easier.
Tune into Chelmsford News for a jolly good time. Ho, ho, ho.
We'll be more prepared next time.
Chelmsford News. Yeah. Move. Tune in. Tune in.
Lots to look forward to. It's always great to see the minds of CHS students grow stronger every day. Back to Elizabeth and Brinley in the studio.
Here's a segment recently released by the school newspaper, The Voice.
Hi, my name is Shelly. I am the president of the Voice newspaper, and an article we'd like to highlight is The Downfall of the Mold by Lily Daigle.
I'm Lily Daigle, and I am actually new to CHS newspaper. I do write articles, and I hope to maybe be an editor of some sort in the future, but definitely continue to write articles. So I decided to use the topic of shopping small and shopping local in my article because it is extremely important to me. It's one of the biggest things in my life. So in the article, I included little anecdotes about my interactions and my friendships that I formed through shopping local. When you shop local, you know you're supporting a person directly. When you're shopping at big corporations such as Walmart, or if you're shopping on Amazon, you don't know where that money's going. You don't know, you can't tangibly see the person in front of you. You're not probably directly paying someone's rent. Something I really love about small business owners is that they see a need in their community and they fill it. I love how they know the struggles of the people in their community, and as well as keeping their business alive, they're keeping their community alive. So it's kind of like a symbiotic kind of thing, which I love. And I love to see it, and I love to be part of it.
Produced and edited by Emily Allen. Supporting small businesses is so important, and we even have students here at CHS who have small businesses, including Brinley here. So Brinley, what's your business all about?
Yeah, the name of my business is Sticky Rockstar. I sell my graphic designs in the form of stickers on Etsy.
Wow, that's so cool, so creative. How'd you get into all this?
I mean, obviously I was super bored over quarantine, and I started doing a lot of art on my laptop. And I was seeing on Instagram, Etsy, lots of people made stickers out of their art. I thought, you know what, I could do that. So I decided to get into it, and it's been really fun.
That's awesome. So you should all definitely check out Brinley's site on Etsy. It's really important to support a lot of small businesses. And another thing that's really important to me is diversity. So in the past newscasts, we've interviewed about our ESL program, our ESL mentor program, and ASL club. Another club here at CHS that fosters diversity is SAGA, Sexuality and Awareness Club. Let's check it out with segment producer Lila Kolaski, who interviewed Ms. Appleshaw, the advisor, and Elise Lamson.
SAGA stands for Sexuality and Gender Awareness.
So SAGA is supposed to give a safe and understanding community for the LGBTQ+ students at CHS, as well as
creating awareness and understanding within the CHS community in order to bring acceptance.
At our meetings, we discuss topics relating to the LGBTQ+ community, how we're feeling.
We want to educate other people, so that's one of our goals. And so we are currently compiling lists of important dates and things that we need to start planning for.
We're also reading books with LGBTQ+ characters in them.
And currently we are reading this, which is The Stars and the Blackness Between Us.
So that we can see ourselves in literature and that kind of stuff. And it's just fun to read books. Who doesn't like that?
And we are going to be, hopefully when COVID is over, we're going to be going to some conferences and different things so we can gather together and get some ideas.
I love that SAGA provides a safe and loving community. Everyone's really nice there and accepting and makes you feel valid and understood.
And I love every second of being around them. They inspire me. They remind me to be the person that I am and stop trying to fit into the community around me. On all levels. I would like the community to know that SAGA is a very inclusive group.
You can join SAGA if you're a straight ally, or if you're in the LGBTQ+ community, or you don't want to be out to anyone. If you're not comfortable with sharing your sexuality with your family or CHS, it's all confidential. We're not gonna rat you out. If you're not comfortable with sharing it with us, we won't judge you for that. It's just a safe community.
Teaching our students to be loving, accepting members of the community and accepting others for who they are is a really important part of what we do here at CHS. And this group is a big part of that.
Inclusion is so important, and SAGA is really bringing that to the CHS community.
Looking back on the fall, we found that through these hard and tough times, many new clubs and organizations arose, and sports teams were still on fire. This unpredictable year has also inspired generosity in many different people.
Definitely, so many clubs this year did so many drives. Like senior class reps, they did a shoe drive, Give Club did a can drive and a blanket drive, and Toys for Tots drive by student council. So the community is really coming together to help people in need, which is really awesome.
Yeah, staff and students have worked so hard this year so far, and that's why we want to wish everyone happy holidays and a nice, relaxing break.
Thanks so much for watching.
Signing off.